Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, talking about the first episode of season 2 of The Last of Us. Now, it's been 2 years since this program has been on, and they have made some adjustments to explain why all the characters look older, because they are. However, we probably should recap some of what happened last time to catch you up. Of course, this all deals with the aftermath of a disease, a fungus that spreads very quickly, usually by being bitten by someone who's already infected. They have fungal growth all over their body, and then they become crazed and will attack people. And upon being bitten by one of these people, then you have the disease too. So our main character, Joel, was trying to rescue his teenage daughter and make a way from a city to one of the sanctuary areas. And unfortunately, she dies along the way. They fast forward to a time when Joel has become quite the smuggler and lives in one of the sanctuary areas and encounters Ellie. And what they found out about Ellie was that she was bitten by one of these things and did not develop the disease, which makes her a very important person. And so last season, Joel's mission was to take her to a hospital where they were working on research on how to counteract the disease. With Ellie being the only one that was immune that anybody knew about, she would be very important to be able to take blood serum and such as that in order to try to work on an antidote. So all of the last season, the previous season, shall we say, was for Joel to get Ellie to this hospital. The only thing is, once he got her there, he found that the people there didn't intend on just taking samples of her and making a serum, but rather killing her and dissecting her to find out exactly what it was that caused her immunity. He wouldn't do that, and so he murdered everybody at the hospital and took her away. Now, in season 2, we have some people who are not very happy about this. This was a Seattle hospital. He's ended up in Jackson, Wyoming, and they're going to try to find Joel. The Seattle group is going to try to find Joel and kill him for having massacred the people at the hospital. Meanwhile, in Jackson, they've made kind of a life for themselves, but it's 5 years later, and now Ellie is 19 years old and has a mind of her own. She always did, but certainly it's more pronounced now, and a little bit resentful of Joel, because even though that they were very close in last season, he never really explained to her why he took her away from the hospital. He just gave a cursory type of explanation that they were there for no good, and did not tell her that he murdered everybody around to let her go, or that they wanted her to basically sacrifice her entire life in order for them to continue the research, something, knowing Ellie, probably would have been in favor of. So with this in the background, Ellie, 5 years later, really doesn't want to do much with Joel because she doesn't think that he's been honest with her, and that something at the hospital happened that she should have known about and does not. And so she doesn't trust Joel anymore. And this has caused some problems with Joel. He's found a place for himself. His brother is living in the same town with his wife and family. And things are almost, at least on the surface, looking pretty good for them. They've managed to have, electricity working, and they're working on plumbing, and they're working on resuscitating old houses so they can bring in new people and become quite the sanctuary themselves, and not quite as much of a slum as they'd lived in before. However, because of this rift between Ellie and Joel, he's sought counseling, and a psychologist, Gail, played by Catherine O'Hara. First time I've ever seen her in anything dramatic, and she is strikingly good at this. I mean, I shouldn't guess that someone who's as good a comedian as she is couldn't also do dramatic work, but she does have a very good scene in the first episode where she tells Joel that despite the fact that she will try to help him because, of course, he pays her to do it, she also hates him because he had to kill her husband. And there's a whole story behind that, which is in the episode. And the fact that he's not being completely honest with her. What is the problem between him and Ellie? And despite the fact that he's going in for counseling every week, he's not telling her that. He's not telling her that he rescued Ellie from being killed by the researchers, and then he killed all the researchers. So what he did in a matter of personal reasons was to kill the people who could have been doing the research that could have saved them all. So that's a big load to carry. And the only person he's ever had to turn to in recent years has been Ellie herself, and now she's backing away from it. So it's a problem for Joel. Now, a problem we have with the cordyceps disease is that it is evolving. And in this episode where Ellie and her new friend Gail, who is, her new friend Dina, who is looking to be a new love interest, is they find that the infected have less of a mindless charge and attack kind of thing and more tactical outlook. They are able to actually anticipate what the hunters are doing, and that makes them much more of a threat. We don't know what they're going to do with that, but that's going to be, of course, one of the big things in the season. Another big thing in the season is that Abby is looking to find and kill Joel for massacring the people at the hospital. And, of course, she has the secret behind why he did it, and that is something that is not going to sit well with the Jackson neighborhood when they arrive there, and they're close to getting there as we get to the end of the episode. And also getting close is the disease, which is coming through a broken pipeline that they've been trying to fix in order to have more water and sewer available through the city. So it looks to be a very gripping season up ahead, and the relationships between the characters have changed, but the acting is so good that it's compelling. You want to watch it. Just watching Catherine O'Hara was worth it in this episode. Also, even the more minor actors in here give very realistic performances. It is almost a repositioning of the show. This is no longer a search for a cure. This is a search for the truth from Joel and how that's going to play out. So, thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to this channel, we do a number of things. We're doing Doctor Who reviews while the episodes go on. We'll be talking about this one. Beginning next week, we'll also have reviews on the Andor episodes that will be coming up on Disney. So we hope that you can join us for any of those things. So please subscribe and click a like if you will. Until next time, don't go far.